Hey everyone, welcome to the very first Creature Cauldron video devlog. Today we're going to be talking about our game, us, and anything else we feel like talking about. My name's Anthony, hello. We're going to introduce ourselves to you quickly so you know who we are and where we're from and what we've done. We're going to kick things off with Nathan just here. Hello Nate, how you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, pal, not too bad.
That's good. Yes, so I'm Nathan. I'm the programmer on this project. In the company, Creature Cauldron. I've worked on indie, AAA over the last few years, and I was given the great opportunity to work with Pete and Ant a few months ago, and jumped on. Very excited and enjoying the project, Battle Fishing Masters that we're working on, and that we'll talk about very soon. Pass on to Pete.
Cool. Thanks, Nate. I'm Pete Cooper. I've been making games for a long time, close to 20 years, mostly in AAA. But now I'm ready to do some fun indie stuff. So that's what we're doing. I'm doing the creative direction and the art and a bunch of the design and writing if it doesn't suck.
It won't. It'll be glorious. And I'm Anthony, aka Windy Beard. I've been an indie developer for quite some time. I've put out quite a few games. Last game being Galactic Mining Corp. I had to think then. I'm mostly doing VFX animation on this game and our games, system design, helping Pete with gameplay design and things like that. So that's basically us as a team. Yeah, Battle Fishing Masters. Where we at, guys?
We've been working on it for a little over 6 months. And it's going relatively well, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Where are we exactly? We're in the middle of doing a ton of systems work.
So, yes.
Great fun. Yeah. You're deep in that, aren't you, Nate?
So this week specifically as well is we were working on the visual aspects for quite some time and nailing down the core loop. We had something good, but we wanted to refine it after getting some brilliant feedback from various people off the internet on our Patreon, and also Pete's collection of friends that had great gamers and great feedback givers. I don't know, that's not a word, but
feedbackers.
Yes, feedbackers. So that's been fantastic, and so we were iterating that for some time, and then we wanted to kind of open up the rest of the game. So we've started just heavily kind of working on the rest of the systems now for a little bit, and then we'll kind of roll back to more visual type, the juicy bits and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really exciting to get this stuff in. So for those who don't know, Battle Fishing Masters is a shooter RPG fishing hybrid. You go, it's all story led, but you work your way through this league of professional battle fishing masters. It's the biggest game in the world. Everyone loves the sport. And you take on a character who's just joined the league at the very bottom. They were like the best amateur, they were smashing it, everyone loved them, so they've been given a chance to take on the Battle Fishing Masters, and that's where the game kicks off from. So you have to visit the different arenas. Each arena has a wellway, which is where you fish. You drop your lure in, down it goes, you catch fish, you've got guns and there's things to shoot and little challenges and tasks. There's over 150 fish to catch. The fish you catch, you then whip them up into the arena once you've run out of spots to catch. Once you've got like a certain amount of fish you can catch before you go up, and then you have to fight these fish. And in fighting them, they're shooting bullets at you and you're shooting bullets at them. You've got a grappling hook to grab loot that they drop. Then the round ends after a certain amount of time. After you get a certain amount of loot. And then you can use that loot to upgrade everything, make yourself better, get new guns, craft modifications for your gear, make your character better, and go back in before you challenge the different arena masters, and that's how the game progresses. In a nutshell, that's just like a quick way of explaining it. So
it's also got some nice collecty bits on it, like Fishpedia, which is kind of hopefully going to add a lot of richness to the things you collect and help drive that kind of want to get more fish.
Yeah,
and
that's
also,
it. Yeah, because every fish is recorded like in a Pokédex style system, so you can check on what fish you've caught, how many you've caught. You can even upgrade every fish. That's not in yet, but the Fishpedia is, the collection system's in, which is really good. So what we got up to this point was like a really quite well refined gameplay loop. That's where we were trying to get to. You've been doing a hell of a lot of work on that, Pete, haven't you?
Yeah. There's a lot that's gone into it. There's still a lot more to do, but in general, it's feeling pretty damn good. I'm definitely happy with the progress. Seeing one of the important things is we did want to make something that you can kind of go at your own pace. So it's not linear at all. While there is a story and there's chapters, you can fish as much and as many times as you want to. We have a great catch and release system so that when you catch fish, you fight them. And so you can actually catch a bunch of fish and decide which ones you want to fight. So you can kind of change the game every single time you play, every time you do a run. So the game has a lot of variety. So it's working well.
Yeah, and
pretty great.
And that variety is compounded because you got the so Nate built a really cool system, and we've got like roguelite wellways where you fish. So we've got a really good sort of roguelite system going there. So you won't always find the same fish in the same place. You actually have to look for them. So it's really good.
Just from a terminology standpoint, wellway is basically the deep tank that you catch fish in. So that's kind of our word for it.
Yeah.
We're using some weird word. People are like, what the hell is a wellway?
Everyone will know wellway someday, hopefully. Yeah.
Or we'll just change it to tank.
Yeah, exactly. Fish tank. It says loads of cool stuff has gone in there. We got so the way fish behave is an interesting one that we spent some time discussing and working on. And Nate, you built a really nice like reaction system, didn't you? The way fish can behave and react.
Yeah, so it's just like it's a node-based thing where you stack behaviors. So it doesn't do any forking or branching or anything like that. It kind of goes from top to bottom, and we've got this. I built this extendable system that you can keep adding behaviors to and different stuff. And for I think pretty much all the fish, it'll be used. It's quite a nice system that the more we add to it, it just opens up more stuff. So it's like a slimmed down behavior tree. If people watching them or developer base, they'll know what a behavior tree is. It's basically a slimmed down version of that.
Yeah, it's really cool. And so the system stuff that's coming in, what that's going to let us do, I hope, and I'm pretty certain it will, is it will allow us to expand out the bigger side of the game, because we've got the core loop in. It still needs some work, but we're very happy with it. But a lot of that relies on obviously you've been able to upgrade your character, so you can fight bigger fish, you can fight more dangerous fish, or you can fight more complex fish, which requires you to be better equipped to handle that. So that's going to allow us to really sort of start playing with more of the gameplay from a wider perspective. I think we'll be able to do some cool stuff, because at the moment you fight the fish as standard, with the gun that you have at the speed you have. So once we can start letting players sort of change that, increase their power or increase their speed and all these other things, I think it's going to be awesome. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. From the balancing side as well, I imagine it'll allow, because Pete and Ant are primarily doing the design. I help a lot a little bit, but with all the new stuff going in with the stats and all that kind of thing that we're working at the moment, it'll allow you to start getting a feel of pacing as well. The different, how long things take to unlock and all that stuff, because we do have a crafting system. So you're not just like collecting fish, you're also, as you said, Ant, getting loot to then craft things which will improve your gear, and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be nice to kind of have all the systems in place, that this core system stuff put in, to then support everything else to build up on top of it. Which I think will help you guys out as well to refine stuff.
Yeah, it's good. And you've been Pete, you've been doing some awesome stuff with the art.
I'm just trying to figure out how to make 2D games. I've made 3D games my whole life, so it's been shockingly difficult. That's one of the big learns on this project for me is I thought making 2D games would have been much easier than it is. there's a lot of things that I want to do with parallax that I was unable to do in 2D, so I've been, slowly throwing 3D in there.
Yeah, let's just model that.
I can't get this to do what I want in 2D, so it's kind of it's got a bit of a 2.5D thing going with some things.
Yeah. Oh, we had a classic moment though, didn't we? Quite early on when we first teamed up. The whole was it Nate went to.
Yeah, so the game was made it was still in the prototype stage, so I was just throwing stuff in, and it was like 2D. So some of the angling and stuff like that was set up with that in mind. And I went to bed one night because obviously myself and UK based. Pete's American, so he cracks on after we've both gone to bed. And the next day I wake up and the game's like, none of the aiming stuff's working. And it's like, why? And I opened the project, pull latest, open the project, and it's all gone 3D. So I was like, I just changed the cameras. And I was like, oh no.
A minor thing.
Definitely for the better though. Really was.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Huge increase.
Yeah, I guess there's some really great depth and parallax and all that stuff.
So. Yeah, hell yeah, it's really good. Loving it. Loving it. Yeah, so I think it's going well. For me, it's been an interesting challenge because I've pretty much changed my job almost entirely. It's primarily VFX and animation, which is awesome. I'm very much enjoying it, but there's so much to learn, especially for me changing engines as well. Because I was in a small engine, as you guys know, but I used to use an engine called Fusion to make my game. So we're making this game in Unity, and it's a much bigger tool, and VFX is its own discipline. I wasn't even aware how big it was, So that's been really good, and I've been doing some learning, studying with VFX Apprentice, which is a really cool course. But yeah,
Jason Kaiser.
Yes, the glorious Jason. Yeah, he's
Hello,
a good
guys.
teacher. Really good content. Really good. Yeah. So it's all going well, I think. Yeah. So what's the next steps we're going to take, guys? After this system stuff goes in, Nate, and what were you thinking you'll be doing next? And Pete.
So the current system stuff that I'm working on is the stats and all the gear, gadgets, and all that kind of thing. That came about from us looking at the XP system and the cash system of the rewards. So once all that's in, we can then do that little bit, and then I think we were going to, and then I'm not sure what we're going to work on next after that. I'll have to look at the schedule, but that's like this week.
I got a couple of things I need for sure. Once you guys get through the system stuff, we need the we need to do some serious polish work on some of the gameplay stuff, getting all the feel good stuff, the camera shakes and the impacts and a lot of the game feel. We need to do some more polish on Jaxie, who's the main character.
Yeah.
And then we need to get the dialogue system really just making sure we can use it and we can hook up quests.
Yeah,
and we need a boss battle. So the game is how you can play at your own pace, but the chapters are broken up into bosses, and these bosses are the highest ranking fishing masters. So you'll be fishing side by side and fishing and fighting side by side with or against these other cool characters that we have. So yeah, we definitely need to get. Nate already made a really great AI system that works phenomenally, even just at first pass. So we know it works.
It was more a test to make sure it works. So it probably doesn't work now because we've changed so much since we played around with it. But we'll be reusing some of that definitely.
Yeah. But it was just impressive how quickly you were able to make an AI version of the character that does the same stuff. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So it was good to see that system.
We can do a boss battle. Yes.
Yeah. And I think that'll be really interesting to see because that's like that's the other part of the core game loop, isn't it? Because I mean, thankfully, I think it was you, Pete, that came up with the idea of having what are they, like battle bots that you can kind of test on. So because it'd be a weird game if you like only kind of hit these bosses and that was the first time you kind of fought against them. So in your base, because there's different locations on the map that you can travel to and speak to people, you can kind of like fight with these like practice bots, and so you can get a bit of experience building up there as well, which I think will be cool. I think that adds another dimension to the game.
Yeah, definitely, and it's good to use that system. You know, if you've built a full AI system, it'd be a shame to only use it 5 or 6 times throughout the whole game. You know,
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be awesome. So that's going to be really cool to get in, and I agree with the polished stuff. Yeah, that's going to be nice to see go in. It's a strange one though, isn't it? Because we're so there's so much we want to do, and time is such a such a crushing factor in game development. So it's always an argument of where the time goes at what point, you know.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. We've had some rather...
I think as well, it's like we're learning to work with each other as well. So there's like we've all pulled in different directions at first, and then we're kind of like learning, like not boundaries, but like how we each like to work, and making sure that we tackle things in a way where everyone's kind of happy, but we're still making progress in the various areas. So it's good, but there's a lot of learning on that side as well when you joining together with 2 people I've never worked with. We did a game jam together.
We did do a game jam,
yeah. We did a test game jam to make sure this team can work. And we made Monster Balls was what it was first called.
It was Monster. It was Monster School.
Lost and Found. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, to begin with, it was called Monster Balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we work well together though. So I've worked with Pete. We've worked together on Galactic Mining Corp, and you've been sort of helping me and offering advice and mentoring me in design and art and stuff for years now, right? So we kind of knew potentially we could work together, and I think that's gone well. Me and Nate, we've known each other for quite some time through Twitch, right? And we've met up at events.
Yeah. And when I was previous job, we met up at Insomnia, was it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And
cool.
And we toyed around with a mobile game for a bit, didn't we, and stuff, and that was cool. Yeah, that was good. It was good, and then here we are, an absolute delight. Yeah. That's good though.
I'm learning how to say things in the UK tongue.
You're getting good.
Abba, right?
Oi, oi.
Let's go check out the Abba.
Yeah. So it's going well. I think it's going well. There's so much to do, but there's the learning stuff is cool. So when you brought up Jaxie, and there's a lot of polish to do on Jaxie, the way we've gone about animating the main character is something I've never done, not by any stretch, which was awesome to see, and I think the end result's going to be amazing. I think it came out real good.
I've also never done it. So,
it was crazy. So the way it was kind of tackled was, so Pete did, you did like a really cool run cycle sprite sheet of Jaxie, right? And then she was cut up into pieces, placed into spine, rigged, and then animated the in-betweens. So it turned from, I think it was a 10 or a 12 frame run cycle.
It was originally a 12 frame run cycle.
And that was changed into I think it was it 24 or 30? I can't remember. It's probably 24, right? And then brought back out, and then
more than that, wasn't it? I think you have like 60 frames.
Something like that. It's mad. Yeah. And then it was brought back out into sprites, and it was really good. I think it's going to be a nice finished article, but we'll see. It's a lot of work there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
But we made good headway.
It was fun. It was an amazing learning experience.
Yeah. I'm terrified to go back in because I can't remember what I did. I can't remember, but we made good headway on the fish though. A lot of work's been done there. There's still loads to go, but we got 150 to do. I think, how many have we got in the game now?
We have 50. We have 50 now.
Yeah. And they're at some level of completed to just sort of thrown in at this point. But a lot of them have attack patterns and movements, and you can catch them. And
they're all animated really well. You did an awesome job on the animations of all of them.
Thank you very much.
So so that part of it's pretty good to go. They just need stuff like the muzzle flashes and the extra little bells and whistles to make things feel good.
Yeah, been looking at Mega Man and stuff, haven't we? For that side of things, Mega Man does it so well. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, Mega Man 11 specifically.
It's
do
beyond good.
Really well. Looking at a lot of good reference.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, so many good things. And then you got another thing was the water line. That's probably something we should talk about. So at the top of the fishing, we've got a water line, and that was a great thing that Nate managed to get in. It was something Pete brought up, to have like a physics-based water line, so that obviously it moves, and when you break it with your claw or things hit it. So you put that in a little while back. Actually, that made a huge difference the moment that went in.
Visually, I think it still needs some work with depth. Because if you watch games like RE, they've got like a nice waterline effect, but it has like depth to it as well.
Yeah.
Whereas this is more like your traditional 2D kind of thing that wibbles and wobbles. That's a technical term, but
the wiggles and wobbles.
Wobbles, yeah. But it's nearly there. I mean, it adds so much. It still needs a lot of work, I think. When we get around to adding more VFX and more bullets that have an effect on water and things, I think it'll start to really make it juicy. But it's like we're building a lot of foundational stuff to then build upon. When time allows and all that kind of stuff. So it's nice. It's nice to have all the kind of core stuff going in, which we can then build upon.
Yeah.
And improve.
Yep. Getting all the foundational core system stuff in now, and then after that we can spend some more time focusing on what we need to for our Kickstarter that's going to be happening.
Yes.
In May-ish, June-ish space.
Yeah. That's exciting. We did push that back. We had plans, but we sort of had a good realization about what we're trying to achieve and what that requires of us, how much time we need. And I think
to put a point as well, sorry to interrupt, this is like because we're all self-funded, so at the moment, our budget for time's quite tight, so we're trying to utilize the time as best as possible. But through conversation, we've gone, no, this needs knocking back to this time because of the reasons that I'm sure you were going to go into.
It's just awesome. I think it's I think the quality bar, which is being brought in heavily by yourself, Pete, from your previous positions and your eye for it all, the level of quality we're aiming for is, it's a lot of it's things I've never even thought about. I've never even considered some of these things. So I think it's going to be awesome. But we just got it. The work to get there is going to be hard, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of work for 3 people.
I think one of the things that was interesting about this, it's not negative, but it was kind of like a worry for a while from my point of view, because I wasn't seeing it the same way Pete was, and with his experience. From Pete's experience, so I was like, let's just get everything in functionally, and we'll worry about quality later. But because of that's not program of view, I guess. But your side has been like, we need something quality looking because we've got to hit a Kickstarter, we've got to visually interest people and all that kind of stuff. So it's been a learning curve, not a learning curve, but a lot of good learning for me to appreciate that side more moving forward as well, which has been cool. I personally feel that.
Yeah, so much of it's been interesting because there's obviously pull from every direction. So for me, I've always made games just sort of, here's the whole cake, attack it until it's all gone. That's sort of how I've gone about it, because I worked on my own. I didn't have to work alongside anyone. It didn't matter what I did, as long as I went from start to finish. That was the only thing that mattered. But obviously, with the 3 of us and different disciplines and different ideas, and obviously different skills and experiences, then obviously, don't just slap that in, Anthony, right? It needs to be better than that, which is really good. These are all things, because that's another thing as solo. We've had this so many times, haven't we, Pete? I have a proclivity to one pass done, like.
Yeah. No iteration. Just, here it is.
Yeah,
it.
And that's the solo mindset, isn't it? It's like I've got 100,000 things to do. All of them have to be done by me, so I don't, But that's been good fun. That's sort of led to some funny conversations.
Yeah. It is. It's been interesting with the iteration process, and because I'm very much used to put in anything. First pass, and then with an understanding this is the first pass, so we play it, we adjust it, we tweak it, or delete it, try it again, until it's great. And we have had some struggles and challenges getting there. Some things, and it's also, a big challenge and a big risk that we did. We're doing something pretty risky because we decided to fully self-fund. We decided for game 1, we're not going to do publishers or funders of any kind. We're just going to do this ourselves. And at the same time, we also we're trying a very unique game, because this is a fishing RPG twin stick shooter. You know, it's not like there really isn't anything to compare it directly to. So like, one thing that was interesting, we just recently had, we've been talking challenge wise over the course of the project, but yesterday we sat down and we really got specific with it, now that we have like a bunch of stuff to play, and we're like, okay, here is what we consider a 1 in challenge, you know, Animal Crossing, right? And here's what we consider a 10, and then we broke down like games across 1 through 10 from a difficulty challenge level, and it's like, where exactly do we want to be? And just getting on the same page with a bunch of that stuff has been great.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah,
because we totally had kind of a different idea about how hard the game was supposed to be. So yeah, alignment is wonderful. I'm glad we're on the same page now.
Yeah. And it was interesting because we sort of went into depth and discussion-wise about, you know, how a difficulty choice sort of dictates certain other actions that the game has to do, you know, which was it was really interesting. But I think we found where we wanted to be, didn't we? I think we know now. We just need to make sure that's what happens. Who knows? Mm-hmm. Who knows what the future holds?
Yeah, definitely.
We want to make a game that has some good challenge, but we like, one of the things that's really important to me is I want to have like a story mode / easy mode, so that more people can enjoy the game, even if they're not, because we have a game that has some bullet hell elements, and it is a challenging game. Like, we want like twin stick shooter fans and shooter fans in general to be able to enjoy the game and have some good challenge. But at the same time, you know, we've figured out ways to tweak it so that, you know, a wider audience can play it, because there is going to be a lot of people who just kind of want to enjoy the story, enjoy the characters, catch fish. You know, we have a collect them all kind of game here. So, you know, there'll be some people who just kind of want to do that, and we want to make sure they can. So
yeah, 100%.
And we have quest systems and stuff to support that type of play as well. So it's not just all shooting fish; it's also, you know, we've got quests for collecting and things like that. So you can play it like that.
Yeah. There's it'll be really interesting to see once the story goes in, because at the moment we don't have the story in. You've done some work already, Pete, though, on like character building and the IP side of things. I say some work, a hell of a lot of work, but we don't have a flow. I suppose this is probably something we're going to start tackling quite soon, I'd imagine, isn't it? That sort of flow of a chapter.
Yeah.
I think that will make...
I think we need the stats and stuff, and what's coming in soon from my side is because once you've kind of got that build-up system and all that stuff in, you can start the game from, you know, level 0.
Yes.
And build up the character, at least even in like a demo-y sense, where it's all wrapped up, you know, to like a certain amount of numbers.
Yeah.
You know, we can deliver that at that point. At the moment, because we've not got that stuff in, we can't really do that.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah.
And I think that's going to make, especially our lives, a bit easier. Really, the balance of the game further down the line is the fact that the game is chapter based, so you can clearly know, you know, chapter 5 of 8 or whatever is going to be harder than chapter 1. You don't just have a constant, you know, flow through the whole game. There is chunks, you know. So I think that's going to be cool, and it'll be really nice to get some work done to get one of those in down. Obviously, once this other stuff's in that we're working on. But there's so many cool things that I'm looking forward to, you know. I think as an indie game goes, especially for us, we do have our work cut out for us. It is a lot of work. We are setting the quality bar high for ourselves. But I think at the same time, it's quite cleverly scoped. I think that is where we save ourselves, you know, serious problems, because the game is wrapped up in a very sort of, it's in a nice island. You know, most of the core gameplay is set inside, you know, the arena and the wellway, and then that is complemented by like a clever roguelite system, so we can get this full game and a good story and RPG that funnels into this sort of really quite compact but wide system of fishing and fighting, you know. I think that's one of the best things from a developer standpoint about this game is you don't have like a huge world to explore. That's not part of this game. It's all about the island and what goes on within it. And there's so much we can do with that, whilst at the same time not having to break our necks creating 1,000 locations, you know, which is awesome, I think.
Yeah. We're putting the majority of our level design effort, or basically all of it, on creating random generation in the wellway system. So like right now, so we've basically built 3 wellways. 2 of them we've put randomness in, and like the first, so every level, every wellway has different depth. So you start with 100 meters, then it goes to 120, 140, and the last one is 400 meters deep, which is really deep for catching fish. And each it's broken up into different chunks that we can put all sorts of random stuff in. They build a brilliant system for randomization. Like it's really fantastic.
Yeah.
I did accidentally go 3 Inception layers deep once, and it's dangerous because you can basically put like mines on a layer, and then decide how each mine has a randomness of spawning, and then you can make another group that's lasers and another group that's fish, and then you can group those together and give those groups individual randomness. And then, I mean, you can just layer on top of layer of randomness. But yeah, we shouldn't go more than a couple layers deep, right? That's what I was told. Then you end up in
spinning a dreidel, just watching it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It is good though. It is a good system. You built a good one, and the good thing is, Nate, is you're building these tools for a wider use as well for us, right?
Yeah. So we've got the so this is fingers crossed and everything. This is what we're doing now moving forwards. You know, we're making games with Creature Cauldron, so any chance we can get to future-proof tech and reusability, you know, it might need tweaking and stuff for the next game, whatever, but it's being built in a way where we can reuse stuff, so that'll hopefully speed up processes in the future and games in the future, because we will have a growing group of things we can reuse.
That's it, because we'll say, let's why don't we make a game like this and this, and you'll look at your shelf and go, oh yeah, look, there we go, I'll grab that and that, smash it together. Yeah GG, game done.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It's that simple.
Oh, it's even if we want to reuse stuff for like game jam games, because we do arcade games.
Oh yeah.
Which we release on Patreon. Yeah. They're small games. We can, as we build tech and things, we can reuse some of that tech to like make smaller games.
Yeah, because one of the things we like to do is we started off as once a month. That slipped a little because we've been so busy, but we like to. It was one of the sort of core principles when we decided to get together and work, is that this isn't just work. You know, we make cool stuff. We have fun. You know, it's not too much stress. There's always stress involved, and we also make other little games. You know, so we have these little jams to just take a break from the chaos of just the long project. You know, because you get into mid-dev grind, and that can get quite difficult. So it's nice to break it up. So we've done 2 already. And they turned out real nice. They are free to play on our Patreon.
Real nice.
We're looking at bunging them up on Itch, aren't we? So we need to we need to get that done at some point.
Robot Rescue.
That's it. So we've got Robot Rescue and Potion Panic. Yeah, they're good fun. But they were good to work on. And you learn stuff as well, you know, like Potion Panic for me. I spent a lot of I learned a lot about flipbook animating VFX. That was something that game gave me, and I'm quite happy to have done that, because it's obviously of value to the one I'm working on now, you know. So I'd never done much of that in the past, so that was good. So yeah, we need to do another one of those. We'll figure one out. Watch this space. There's another game coming soon, he says. I probably should say that, but yeah, there will be. Yeah, so it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, I got that. I got the layout for a hidden object game.
Oh yeah. We're going to do that, won't we? Yeah, we're going to do a hidden object game. They're always fun. Oi, indeed. Because we actually did do some work on another prototype, didn't we? A hidden object adventure game, which was really cool. We've still got that.
Yeah, I'm still hoping we can get to that game.
Yeah, so do I. Fenora, yeah, we most definitely should.
Yeah, just a put a spotlight on our Discord as well. All the images from that game and Battle Fishing Masters is shared in our Discord. So you can see the progress we made on Fenora.
Yeah, there'll be links below this video wherever you're watching it for the Discord and all that stuff. So if you want to jump in and have a look, feel free to do so and say hello. But yeah, we got so anything we make, we basically use Discord as our hub. So we share artwork and concepts and other stuff that we're working on in there. So if that is of interest to you, jump on in. Yeah. Have a good
And if it's
time.
not of interest to you, jump in anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, so Fenora
I'm
was...
sure you don't have a giant list of 500 Discords on the side where you just hop in once.
Yeah. That's funny though. I've had people say that to me. They're like, "Oh yeah, I would join, but I'm already in 99. I can't join anymore." That's the limit for an account.
Cap 99?
I think that's a cap. Yeah. So
That's a lot. Oh.
They're probably lying to me. But...
Yeah.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
What's Discord?
Let's join a million Discords and see what the cap is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I suppose that's where we're at with Battle Fishing Master. I think it's going well. Got a long way to go, but we're getting there. And I think we're getting there actually at good speed. Like it's quite to me, I'm quite happy with how much we've done. I think we've done quite a lot in such a short amount of time. How long have we been working on this now? What is it? I don't even know.
It's been 6 months and 2 weeks that you and me have been full-time on it. Nate started in late September. So
yeah, it's late September, start of October.
Yep. So yeah, that was
wow. I don't even know what day it is.
It's only been 3.5 months for Nate.
Yeah.
Because that's why we've only done 2 arcade games so far, because we started doing that. You were doing great prototypes in Fusion.
Oh yeah.
Which has been handy.
Yeah.
Because one of the great things as well with your tech was when we were doing the major UI stuff. The initial UI is I had a load of prototype stuff just to push play on and move through.
Oh yeah.
And like spring up and things. So I had context, coming into this. So it was nice.
Yeah, that was good.
Nice.
Yeah. So what was that? What was we talking about there? I can't even remember. Okay, cool. So what we've been playing? Let's move on from that and talk about our own personal consumption. Right? What you been playing, Pete? What have you been playing, Pete? Thousands.
Oh, I've been playing a lot of things. You know me. I play a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's funny because I tried to make my desktop this grid of icons, and I was like, okay, I'm only going to do a 4x4 grid in the top left corner, and that's as many games as I can be playing at one time. So 16 games. That's it. I can't do any more. And then I added a couple more. I was like, I'm not quite done with that, so I need to, put a couple more. Then the grid turned into 5x5, right? Because you have to have a square,
it's got to be neat and tidy.
Standpoint, it has to be a good square. So yeah, then it went up to 25, and now it's just all over the place. Forget it. But I did want to talk about since this is January, my games of the year for 2021. Psychonauts 2 was my game of the year.
Great game.
I don't have a PS5. I expected Ratchet and Clank to be my top game, either between Psychonauts or Ratchet and Clank. I love all the Ratchet and Clank games. So, a couple. I just want to talk about a couple weird ones. Sludge Life was awesome. It's super weird tagging, cell shaded, story based. I don't even know what genre. I guess it's just an adventure game.
Yeah.
I have no idea. The first person platforming adventure thing.
Mad. Yeah, it looked good.
It's really weird.
It looked really good. I didn't get a chance to play that one, sadly.
Yeah, Toem was great. The picture, the camera game, really beautiful, really cute. Dandy Ace was great. The Gunk, Labyrinth City, Death's Door was awesome. Powerwatch Simulator shocked me.
Yeah. You was in love with that. That was.
Well, it's a game you can just kind of, you can hang out and talk to people and do whatever, and you're just kind of like on the side.
Yeah. Well, this you go to me, Anthony. Check this out. Powerwatch Simulator. I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. I was like, and then I'm watching Pete having the time of his life washing a climbing frame. right? And I'm thinking, what is this? And then 40 minutes later, I'm going, yeah, that's it. Get that bit in the corner, Pete. That's it. Nice. nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I didn't play it, but I consumed it via osmosis, if you will, and it was enjoyable. I had a good time.
It was good.
Yeah.
What are you guys playing?
I recently finished up Borderlands 3 for the first time. That's something nice. I just managed to get back round to it. I picked that up when it came out, played a bit of it, was sort of like, this isn't Handsome Jack, and then sort of got distracted or just didn't feel compelled to go back in. And then recently I remembered I had Epic, opened it up, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll play some Borderlands. And that was it. I was hooked until I finished it. I didn't stop. Just went straight through it. Loved it. Yeah.
Nice.
Really, really, really good. I don't think, like I said, it's not Handsome Jack. It still isn't. But it was fascinatingly good. The stuff they did with the guns is beyond impressive. Absolutely amazing, especially from RNG, and whatever they're doing there is amazing. Because what they did do, I don't know if they did this with the other ones, but the guns are actually affected by the parts of the gun visually, and so the gun handle makes a difference to what the gun does. You can break it all down in the UIs, which I didn't even know that until quite late in. So you can see how they're doing it. It's really good. Enjoyable.
Yeah, I need to go back and give that another chance too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bought it. I bought the ultimate mega $100 edition or whatever. But yeah, I was pretty disappointed in the characters.
Yeah,
they're visually cool, but mechanically, I just don't feel like they're as good as Borderlands 2 stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, the Handsome Jack is such a great character.
Yeah, it felt like
it's hard to follow. It's hard to follow that act.
Yeah, it felt a bit dampened. Like Borderlands 2, it felt like they were completely unrestricted with what they were trying to do with the story. Whereas this one feels like they're trying to narrow their point a bit. But, each to their own. I still thought it was good. I'm not saying it was.
Yeah, mechanically, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Level design's brilliant.
I played Loop Hero as well. Loop Hero, I was hooked. That was obscene for me.
Yeah.
As numbers going up, something going around and round over and over and over again, that was it. I was in. I got quite far in that. I enjoyed it. I didn't actually manage to finish it, but I did enjoy my time with it very much, and that was courtesy of Epic. That was very nice of them.
Very nice of the Epic Store.
That was very nice of the Epic Store. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks for the free game.
What about you, Nate? What have you been playing?
So I'm really crap with playing new games. I always like to stick to the games that take. So I've been playing like my standard Stellaris and Crusader Kings 3, and I literally just sink hours into those games. So I've been playing those, and I have actually been playing Borderlands 3. My friend, when he's not working and we've got the hours align and we've got time off together, we jump in a call and play some Borderlands 3 co-op, and it's really. Originally, I played it when it first came out and I didn't enjoy it, but I was playing on my own, and playing with somebody else, it changes it completely for me. It's way more fun. So I haven't been enjoying that on and off. Last year, 2021.
Excellent.
But this year, the first game I've played in this month has been Fallout 76 because I've been trying to get back into that. So I've not played any new games.
Fallout 76.
Yeah,
Nice.
which gets slated. But
how many hours do you have on Fallout 76?
I don't know because I got it through the Bethesda store and I've never updated Steam, so I can't see how many hours I've put in. But it must be a good couple of hundred to me.
Okay, that's not bad.
How many hours in Stellaris?
So it's probably like not thousands of hours you'd expect. Oh, that's players. Let me just open up my.
I'm always slightly behind though. Like I play new games a year later. That's kind of I can never catch up. I'm never on time. Never. I try.
There's too many games. There's way too many games.
There is, and that you can't.
445 hours, which compared to a lot of other people that really enjoy Stellaris isn't actually that many, but
yeah, it's not bad at all.
Okay. Yeah,
not a bad effort. Not a bad effort.
Yeah. I suck. I play tons of games and I put no depth on them. I feel bad a lot of times.
Yeah. Have a little teaspoon.
I'm looking for the short games that I can crush in 5 hours.
I'd love to find more short games that were my kind of full on cup of tea, but at the moment it's either RPGs or like deep strategy games that just kind of like do it for me. So I'm stuck.
Yeah. Maybe we should make a 3-hour Civilization game. Like
That it would be interesting.
Yeah, nice.
what would that look like?
That's
It's
something
just
to think
so
about.
fast. You're like, oh my god, time's moving. It's been a decade and 5 minutes. What's happening?
That would be fun, man. We've also been playing some Guild Wars too, haven't we? I jumped into that.
Yeah.
You teased us all in to Guild Wars 2. Very, very impressed with that game. It's not something that's ever been on my radar, ever, until it was spoken about. I was like, I'll check this out, and that was bang. I said, we're in.
We were looking for something we can just kind of casually play together, and something we can play with our community. And it's great. Yeah, I was surprised because I bought it a decade ago, and it's one of those great games that you buy once and you just kind of have. And I was just seeing some ads or some, not ads, but some articles about the new expansion stuff coming out. I was just like, wow, they're still doing this game? Okay, I didn't even know. And I looked into it, and it still has tons of players, and loaded it back up. I was like, wow, this is amazingly good. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because I buy games all the time and don't play them. But
yeah, it's a good game. I was surprised. We've been running around in there. We started a little guild that's running through the Discord. If anyone's interested in that, just sign up.
Yeah.
We'll go
Creature Cauldron Guild. Yeah, it's great.
We'll go smash up some evil skeletons with or whatever you do in these crazy games.
Pet sheep,
Yeah.
You have the choice. The quest system's so good because you have the choices between.
Yeah, that is an interesting.
Smash skeletons or pet sheep.
Yeah.
A lot of the quests.
Yeah, that's good. And visually, it's amazing. It's got its own jam. It's got its own vibe to it, which is really nice.
Pretty game.
I enjoyed it. Great game.
Great game.
All right. So, well, that's it. I think, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's get back to work.
Yeah.
It's Friday, and I'm about a day and a half behind. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's do that. So what's gonna happen is below the stream we're gonna have all the social media links you could ever want. Right, your TikToks, your Facebooks, your Twitters.
I'm afraid of TikTok. I can't do it.
We should probably, in one of the devlogs, we should probably go over like the hilarity that is TikTok and
yeah.
Three blokes in like the 30s and so on that trying to figure out TikTok.
Pete had to take a day off.
TikTok one time, and my head exploded, and I was like tilted for a whole day. Like I can't go back.
Oh, so good.
Don't make me go back.
That was so good. So yeah, check below or join all these things, and we'll give you updates on what we're doing and let you know when the next videos come in. Hopefully you lot enjoy this video. Let us know if you do. Let us know if you want us to talk about anything else, and we'll see how it goes. But I think I've had an absolutely great time. Haven't you, Nate? Look at your face. Look how happy you are. Look.
Oh,
Tibbers.
I have to hold it because he's gonna go in my bathroom and toss my garbage can.
Bless him. There you go. All right. Cool. Well, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you guys for chatting. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
I'm waving faster than you.
I want to see who stops first.
Keep going. I would be taking performing arts.
I really have to pee, so I gotta stop.
I win.